everyone and welcome to today's morning message. So the first card I've got from the Amenti Oracle is I am forgiving. So there might be someone who you do need to forgive. Perhaps there's someone who, and this could be like an old fallout. It doesn't have to be recent at all. But holding on to anger and resentment right now might be, causing some kind of block. And as I was shuffling my tarot, the Eight of Wands flew out. So this is related to maybe telling someone you forgive them, or maybe someone is going to be telling you really soon over the next few days that they forgive you. Now, the Hawaiian practice, Ho'oponopono, I definitely said that wrong. You know, that's about saying, I'm sorry. Was it I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I might have got that in the wrong order. But, definitely have a look at that. Even maybe listen to a Ho'oponopono mantra today. That might help, because I feel like there's a lot of burden in your heart today. So you need to try and release that. You need to try and forgive whoever this person is, because what you're doing right now is you're holding on to this, and it's building up into maybe this like wave of anger, resentment, hurt or frustration, and it's definitely creating blocks in other areas of your life. The Eight of Wands is asking you to communicate, asking you to say this. So even if you don't have the opportunity to talk to this person, doing that mantra, the Ho'oponopono mantra today, is going to be massively healing. It's really going to help. Now, with these combination of cards so far, the I am forgiving and the Eight of Wands, it might even be that you need to do this for yourself. Maybe it's yourself you need to forgive, because perhaps you're feeling guilty about something which could have happened a long time ago, and it's important that you release that. Remember that whatever you've done, you do need to forgive yourself. See yourself through the eyes of innocence. Know that it's important that you work on that, self-forgiveness, as well as forgiving those around you. Now, these three other cards flew out: the Hermit, the Fool, and the Three of Cups. So I actually do see that someone who has been withdrawn, or maybe you've been withdrawn from another person, because there has been this fallout with the Fool card and the Three of Cups. Someone here is going to take a leap of faith, and this leap of faith, they're going to ask to meet up with you. The Three of Cups is my meetup card. So someone here is going to ask to spend some time with you, and I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for the two of you to forgive. Now, it's important to know that with the Hermit card, there's been a withdrawal in this connection for quite some time. For some, this will be a friend. For others, it could be a lover or a relative. It's not really clear about what relation this person is to you. But I really feel this self-forgiveness here, because they're showing me a mirror. So whether you realise it or not, and it could be unrelated to this situation, but you do need to work on self-forgiveness. That's something which is definitely coming through today. So with the Hermit, you've had this time to reflect, but it's important that you don't remain in hermit mode. If you're the one who's withdrawn from maybe the world around you, then it's important that you do start to reintegrate yourself back in like society, and back in with your friendship groups and your family, because if you stay in hermit mode for too long, you might very well find that you do feel quite isolated. The Fool is asking you to embrace a fresh start. I keep hearing springtime. So perhaps you're preparing for spring. Now, spring is the start of the new year. Everyone always thinks 1st of Jan is the new year, but it's not. Traditionally it is spring. That is when the year starts, the wheel of the year. So you're preparing for this fresh start in spring, and in order to do that, you might find that the start of this year might have been quite heavy. Maybe you've been releasing a lot. There's tears here. Maybe you've been purging and crying, releasing what's ever been holding you back. I am hearing, will you forgive me? So I do feel that there's, whether it's you or another person, is going to ask, will you forgive me? Can we start again? Can we renew this here? Can we just have some fun with this Three of Cups? Let go of these past arguments and start to move forward. This person might be a motorbike rider or a scooter or a skateboarder, but they don't have to be. But I'm just seeing like a love for like motor vehicles. This person might really like cars. Yeah, look, as I said that, look what happened to my deck. The Chariot flipped, and she is riding a motorbike here. I'm going to put it back in, but we've got the Emperor in reverse. But yeah, you know, that Chariot card, I do feel this person either rides a motorbike or just loves bikes. Now, the Emperor flew and it flew out in reverse. So this is someone who you've definitely been disconnected from. For some, this is your divine counterpart and there's been a falling out there. Now, the Emperor in reverse is telling me that there's been some stubbornness here. There's been stubbornness, maybe controlling behaviour. This person has been maybe manipulative as well. I feel like someone here has used silence as a tool of power. Someone here has tried to silence you because there was this argument. Perhaps you tried to silence another person. Whatever, you know, whatever way round this situation is, there's not been communication. There's been quite a toxic or karmic cycle here. So what other messages do we need today? Guys, I am getting you need to try and go for a walk without any distractions. So this means put the headphones away, leave them at home, even leave your phone at home, or, you know, I suppose you should always have it with you just in case of emergencies. You know, put it in your pocket, silent mode, and don't look at it until you get home. You need to go out, you need to connect with nature and ground yourself, because many of you, I'm showing you're kind of floating above ground level, so you're not grounded. You might feel grounded, but you're still very, very disconnected from the world around you. We have the High Priestess. So you've done a lot of balancing of your kind of like spirituality. You've really connected with your higher self, but you've lost that disconnect to you know, to the environment, to the world around you. So try to bring that back into balance. We've got the Two of Pentacles on the bottom. So try to bring that back into balance, because it's really going to help you. And I do feel like for some of you, you know, your heart is going to become so much lighter as you ground yourself and as you work on this forgiveness. Some of you, once you do this Ho'oponopono mantra, that is when everything's going to shift in this situation. For some of you, when you start to do that, and I mean, like, don't say it once, put on like one of the mantras on YouTube for it and do it for a good amount of time, for a couple of days. And I feel some of you are going to see someone come out of hermit mode because they feel that forgiveness and love radiating from you. You would be surprised just how impactful something like this is. You know, you can clear energy through meditation, through mantras. I mean, mantra meditation is a form of meditation, but you can clear so much energy, and you'd be surprised that once you clear your energy, just how differently the relationships around you transform as well. I'm shown there's going to be a deeper commitment. I'm shown that once there's forgiveness in this situation, there's going to be like they're giving me renewal. So for some this could be like an ex partner that you've been like married to or something, or engaged, or like a serious long-term relationship. Because for some, there's definitely going to be this renewal, and for others, it's just going to bring about this change where you no longer feel left out in the cold. Some of you are going to be gaining some clarity over a situation. You're going to be understanding more about this other person's perspective. You know, when we have disagreements, what we're actually having is we're misunderstanding, or we're not aligned with that person. A disagreement basically means that the two of you are not agreeing on the same thing. And perhaps there was a disagreement because neither of you are looking from the other person's perspective. You know, something which is really important to do is always be mindful of the perspective you're seeing things from, and try to, you know, put yourself in the other person's shoes and see, you know, how does it look from their angle. We always think that we're the ones in the right, and that's because we're seeing things from our point of view. But sometimes we need to think, well, say like you do something and this person says, what you've done has upset me, and you might think, well, that's a really unreasonable reaction. But that's, you know, that's their emotion, that's their emotional response to whatever has happened. Or it could be vice versa. This person's done something that's upset you and not understood why you've got upset about it. We can't tell someone else how to feel. We can't tell someone else what is right or wrong as an emotional reaction. And even if it does feel like an extreme reaction, that's still the way that they feel, and that's something that we need to honour. We have no in a big a big, like, with a big exclamation mark. So yeah, there's definitely been some serious rejection here. Like, there's been a huge disconnect, but look, it's happening now. So whilst the answer may have been no, and there could have been rejection here, once you work on that forgiveness and do that Ho'oponopono mantra for a few days, I feel like something big is going to shift. They're showing me a speedy delivery. I'm getting Amazon Prime. So it's going to be literally like next day delivery, and teamwork makes the dream work. So yeah, this person here with this Three of Cups, they're going to be wanting to meet up with you and reconnect. And I do feel this person wants to get back into balance with you in whatever way that may be. It might not be, you know, a full-blown dive into like a fresh start, but this person wants to start working with you. I'm going to get one final card for what this person wants. You know, what is the outcome they desire? Wow, we have the World. Yeah, they want to end this cycle. They want to step into a place where you two are in harmony, in balance again. I do feel they want to travel to you, 100%. I think this person's going to come to you. I don't see you going to them. It's like they want to come to you and make things right. It's been wavy here. This has been a wavy situation. There's been a lot that's hung in the balance. It's fragile. It's been a very fragile situation for a long time. But now is the perfect time to forgive. You know, Mercury's retrograde. It gives us the chance to reflect on situations. And I feel like in this situation, both of you are on the same page in the terms of both of you want this forgiveness. Even if your ego's being like, no, I don't want this person in my life, you know, maybe when you tune into your heart center and you do that Ho'oponopono mantra, you might realize, actually, I do miss this person. I do want to have this renewal in this connection. Could have been a really, you know, long-term friend, like someone who you've known all your life, and there's just been this misunderstanding. So, work on forgiveness today, guys. Please do that mantra. Let me know in the comments how you feel when you do it. Some of you are going to have a huge release as soon as you do that, and the tears are going to start streaming, but it's going to be such a healing experience. And I do see something shifting so fast as soon as this is done. You know, with the World card, it's like it does complete a cycle. I am getting a cycle of immaturity. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this from like my perspective, because it might be more relatable. I know that, you know, early last year I fell out with someone, and it was because both of us were just being immature. We were acting from a very wounded and triggered place, and the fallout probably didn't have to happen the way it did. You know, it could have been avoided. It could have been resolved in a peaceful way. There's no point thinking about that now, because the past is the past. It's done. But it's just like, I feel like this happened because maybe there was some immaturity, because we've got the Page of Cups here. So there was like some kind of block, and it just seems like the two of you were not on the same maturity level, and there's been this like misalignment and confusion here. Like the two of you just approached the situation from completely different angles, and it caused this rupture. But hand on heart, the two of you really, really want this. And the two of you really want to reconnect and start moving forwards again. You want this fresh start. And I feel like intuitively you'll have picked up on this already. And if you haven't, then you will do after watching this. You're gonna, I'm told you're gonna see or hear this person's name. And that's when you'll know who the person is. So there's going to be like some kind of sign from spirit about, yeah, that is the person you need to forgive. Some of you may know already, but you're going to see that sign is like extra confirmation that this person is going to be trying to resolve things with you as you forgive. It's important that you are the one who forgives, and also forgive yourself. Don't just forgive this person, but make sure you do that self-forgiveness as well. So with the World, we have a big, big completion. The final card of a major arcana. This is huge. Both of you have been working on your spiritual growth in this space, and now you're ready to complete this kind of cycle of separation and come back together in like peace and harmony. I'm shown like both of you have completed these circles individually, and you're coming back together from a whole complete place, and that's what creates this infinity sign and really strengthens this connection. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave this here for this morning's message. Let me know in the comments what resonated. Don't forget to like and also hit subscribe to receive notifications for future uploads. I hope you guys are enjoying our midnight premieres. So we picked that time because we wanted to make sure that we could try and reach Australia in the morning as well. So I know that in some places you might get this notification like the day before the day before the message is, if that makes sense. But it doesn't matter, like, time is fluid. You can watch it whenever you find the video. But I just wanted you to understand that we chose midnight just so we could try and reach all over the world on that day. Okay guys, I'm going to leave this there. I hope you enjoyed this morning's message, and I'll see you back here soon for another.